This week on DC All Access, we take a look at Arkham Knight with actual Rocksteady developers. Boom! Beat that.
There are also a ton of other reasons to watch because we're chatting with the brand new cast of the Flash CW series. Make sure you subscribe to DC All Access because you don't want to miss out on any of our other awesome DC exclusives.
I'm not supposed to keep talking when we drop the mic. It's not as effective. I was like, boom, and then like you kept, and then
But I wanted to tell them about all the other cool DC stuff.
So this is actually the third Batman game that Rocksteady's working on. How do you raise the stakes? You guys have set the bar so high.
We knew what we wanted to do right from the beginning. The Batmobile was the thing, the feature, the heart and soul of the game. But we needed the technical horsepower in order to deliver on the intense speed and the epic devastation that you get with this legendary iconic vehicle. And that's why we've committed exclusively to next-gen hardware, so that we can really make the Batmobile as awesome and powerful as everyone expects it to be in their imagination.
Obviously, having a lot more horsepower means a lot more kind of input into the game. You will have seen with the landscape of Gotham, it's massive. It's 5 times bigger than the last game. We can put loads more animations into the combat system, obviously more strikes, more counters, more takedowns. Bringing that back to the Batmobile, you can see all the destruction in the kind of environment as well.
The Batmobile has to integrate into Batman and add to the experience as a whole. Like the ability to eject out of the Batmobile at insane speeds and then transfer that momentum into Batman and then soar across the skyline of Gotham City at that crazy altitude because of the connection between man and machine. I reckon that's the thing that people are just going to go, there's no other game that does this. It's only Batman and only the Batmobile that can give me that experience.
Obviously, you guys are fans of Batman, so it must have been amazing for you to create an all-new villain for Arkham Knight.
The opportunity to bring a new villain into Batman's universe does not come along very often. So when we started that from the design phase and concepting him out and then giving him this kind of combat expertise that ensures that he goes head-to-head with Batman, and the fact that he commands this vast, varied, immense military force that is rolling into Gotham City, you know, that's just, there's so much stuff to think about and make work. And the fact that it does all work, it's a testament to the amount of commitment and conviction that there is amongst everybody at Rocksteady.
And tell me about battle mode.
Designing a Batmobile that transforms into a completely different mode, I mean, that was such an exciting idea, having this ability to transform into an offensive tank. At any time, you can make that decision to either be in the Batmobile or out of the Batmobile. It's just about all of those decisions all being available all the time, but each and every one of them makes you genuinely feel like Batman every step of the way.
Hey, we're here in New York City, and I'm just about to chat with the brand new cast of The Flash.
Hey, DC fans, we're psyched that you guys are psyched.
I wear the coolest suit there is, that's true.
I started delving into the comic books, and I haven't been able to stop. It's a problem.
I'm kind of a comic book nerd in training. Someone used that earlier, and I was like, that's perfect. I'm a comic book nerd in training.
How about some intrigue and deceit? How about some devilishly intriguing storylines?
You know, Jeff Johns is writing this, and he has the reins on it, so anything is possible.
We got the first look at you and the suit in motion in the teaser. What was that like for you watching and shooting that?
Well, I saw it last night in my hotel room with my brother and my best friend, so it was just like the coolest, most surreal thing that's happened. And we shot it the day after we wrapped the pilot.
And for all the fans watching, as soon as they saw you and heard your names, you knew what was coming. You're like, yes, Killer Frost, stand by! What are we going to see of those characters on Flash, or is it going to be a slow burn?
It's a very convivial atmosphere. We work together at Star Labs, and we essentially help Barry Allen become the Flash, and we are part of his support team.
Yeah, that's our relationship with Barry. You know, the first two people he sees when he wakes up out of his coma are us. So obviously, we're fascinated by him from a scientific and medical perspective, but we also want to support him and help him change the world.
Well, I mean, you're going to see a whole lot of good detective work, I can tell you that. But you're also going to see somebody who's very concerned about his kids. You know, Barry being my adopted kid and Iris being my biological daughter. But we butt heads a lot now that he's of age, you know. We work in the same police department, so there's a lot of me being a dad at work. Saying, hey, you got to do this right. You got to take care of this.
This is the first time I have played a character where I have been told, don't say too much. Isn't that great? Because here's the thing I'm finding out about the DC universe. Very knowledgeable. Oh, you're bloody knowledgeable, aren't you? You know everything, don't you?
If you read the comics, you know that they get married down the line. Yeah. When you guys meet on the show, is there chemistry immediately, or are you just best friends?
We're best friends. I mean, we grew up together. You know, when you have someone that you've been with or been around and best friends with since you were young, it's an easy friendship. But I think there's potential for love very quickly.
And for your character, we've gotten to see a little bit of a taste of him on Arrow. He's a little bit geeky, but now that he's got these powers, is it going to change who he is at all?
Yeah, we'll definitely see his confidence level go up some, but he's still going to be Barry, and a part of him is scared, terrified that this is happening to him. But he's got all the characteristics that a hero needs. He just might not know it yet.
It's about finding that self-belief and really going with it and kind of realizing that you can do the things that you always dreamed of doing.
Francis, first of all, Flash hugs. So good.
There you go.
We've moved on emotionally and hopefully physically from that environment, because that was weird for everybody.
No, it wasn't. They loved it.
Not for us. Not in this
That's
sphere.
true.
This is
That's
good.
true.
But let's talk about Detective, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Where are we in Detective Comics right now when we hit 32?
Well, right now we have our two detectives following their leads separately. Okay. You know, so we have Batman following the drug, and we have Harvey following the more political angle. We're gonna get to see where Batman's case is going.
Right.
And he's gonna run into a guy named the Squid, which I'm really excited about. It's one of those things where you have Scott and you have Greg like handling these amazing iconic villains, so we're like, I don't know what to do. So let's Google worst Batman villains ever, right? It's the way to do it.
Right.
That's how you make comics. And you know, after research, I found this guy named Lawrence Lohman, who is a Chinese crime lord. And my favorite part about him is he has a pet named Gertrude, which is a giant colossal squid. There's just something so classic about that type of Batman villain.
Right.
You know, we've all seen the Adam West stuff. Right. So this is a little bit of a nod to that old school sort of Batman.
Be sure to subscribe to us right here at DC All Access for more news, trailers, exclusives, and so much more from the world of DC Entertainment. We'll see you next time. Yeah. That's how you drop a mic, Blair.
You're not supposed to drop it that hard. I brought it from home. It's expensive.